Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Larry Gonzalez, your police chief, and I'd like to thank you all for letting me be a part of this. I'd like to start by saying thank you to Reverend Paul Munford also for this opportunity and his continued efforts for so many years here in the city of Riverside, to unite law enforcement and our community to build those bridges of trust that encourage mutual respect and a positive change. It's an honor to share this platform with all of you and the other distinguished speakers this evening. As a longtime resident of the city of Riverside and a law enforcement officer here for 28 years, I'm beyond proud of the collective work done by our community leaders and our law enforcement personnel to build relationships based on trust and mutual respect. As we honor Dr. King tonight, I'm so humbled, especially during these trying times, to recognize the ability of one man to unite so many from such a vast number of different backgrounds and cultures. We celebrate not only the great man he was, but the awe-inspiring power of his message, which is as important and relevant today as it was so many years ago. You know, when I was sworn in as your police chief, in my speech, I used a quote from Dr. King, and it was, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." That was a year ago. Little did I know what was in store for me and us in 2020. So I often relied on that quote to get through some of the most difficult times we had this year. And we have had difficult times here in the city of Riverside over the years. You know, I remember experiencing one as a young police officer. We lived through a tragic shooting that really rocked our community. It was a very tough time in our community. And I, as a young officer, I just thought we would not get past this. I thought the hatred was too deep, that they wouldn't understand us and we wouldn't understand them. And it was the furthest thing from the truth. We were able to work together with our community. This is an outstanding community. And we were able to work through those times. And we are now a better police department because of it. As I continue to be part of meaningful dialogue with our community partners, including important events such as this one tonight, I can't help but be optimistic about our future moving forward. Just as the mayor stated, I greatly value our department's relationship with many members of the Riverside Clergy Association who are out there actively making an effort to improve the quality of life for all of our residents. I believe it is especially important to recognize these efforts as we celebrate Dr. King, who dedicated all he had to the service of others for the greater good. The special men and women responsible for putting this event on have shown that they're not just going to talk about making a difference, but we are dedicated to bringing all parties together and actively pursuing positive change. This is a community that I've grown up in, a community that I've fostered relationships with, a community that I have depended on to guide me in fulfilling their needs of safety and peace. I pledge to you my continued loyalty to the value of truth and trust as your police department moves forward in partnership with our community. And we will move forward, which brings me to another quote by the great doctor. "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." I can assure you that the Riverside Police Department will continue to actively listen to concerns, provide information with transparency, and sit with you at the table as partners to tackle the toughest challenges facing our communities. Thank you all again so much for my inclusion in this wonderful event, and may God bless.